Okay, this is the Zurich Zoo example, and what I did is I graphed the data from there, and we'll see that we were looking at the length versus height here. So this was length in centimeters versus height on the y-axis in centimeters. Okay, and we can kind of see this curve pattern. So I didn't even bother checking the residual plot. I didn't even bother I'm pretty certain that I can't just run a regression on this. I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. So it's going to be easy for it to fit a straight line, but it's clearly not appropriate for this. So I'm going to try a couple different things and show you how they could work. Okay, so what you see here is I decided to keep x the same. So x was the height. Sorry, my mistake, that was the length. X was the length in centimeters. But I went with I went with the square root of height. Okay, so I went with the square root of height here. Square root of height. And you can see that it makes a nice line. Here's the residual plot. Now, the problem with the residual plot here is I only have 5 points. So someone would say, well, there's a pattern like this. I'm not really certain that there is, because I've got some above and I've got some below. Okay, so I've got some slightly above. It's only got 5 points, so it's really hard in that case. It wasn't clearly going like the other one, where we saw the residual plot was clearly not going to, well, it didn't even do a residual plot because it was clearly curved on the thing. So I get the model looks like this. I get the y, which is the square root of height. We're actually predicting the square root of height is what we're predicting here, is equal to 0.0. We'll just say 7 for this to round it, and the x value was length plus 1.07. Okay, that's what our model was, and we can see that very high R value. Okay, so it looks like it's a good thing. And so if I want to predict that, so if I want to change that model, if I want to predict the square, I'm going to predict the square root of height, and when I get that, I'm going to square it to actually get the height. So if I plug in, they wanted us to use a length of 145 centimeters. If I plug that in there, I can get a predicted height, square root height. I'm going to put HT for height so it fits in there. When I type that on my calculator, I get 11.22. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to square it. I'm going to take this and square it, and take this and square it. So when I do that, I get the predicted height equals, and I just have to do 11.22 squared. And I'm predicting 125.9 centimeters. That's the predicted height with this model. I'm going to do the model again with logarithms. And we'll see how close we get to 125.9.